welcome. So this is a sequence about firing up the belly, so getting into those core muscles, those abdominal muscles, the oblique muscles, and just building a bit of fire into the belly. So we're going to come and start in a cross-legged seat, and we're going to do a breathing exercise called Kapalabhati breath. So again, it's a breath to build energy into your center, and we're going to start by breathing in. So the exhalation is your emphasis, not the inhale. So we're going to just breathe in naturally, and as you breathe out, you're going to breathe out strongly through the nose, and as you breathe out, you're going to draw the belly in. You're going to do 10 rounds 3 times. So just sit nice and comfortable, finding your comfortable seat. Just take the seat bones, bum cheeks out the way, find some seat bones sitting nice and tall. So we're going to start slowly and we'll build it up. So when you're ready, we're going to breathe in. So just allow the breath to come in naturally. And the emphasis is on the exhale. So as you breathe out through the nose, the belly firmly draws in, and then breathe in. So if you can see, we're pumping the belly. Let the breath come to natural. And again, if it helps, bring the hands to the belly. So it's like a pumping action. So when you're ready, breathing in and go. Inhale, exhale. One more time, 10 rounds. Inhale. Lovely, just close the eyes. Breathing in deeply. Breathing out completely through the mouth. And again, inhale fully. Exhale. Lovely, let's come to lying onto our backs. So just finding a comfortable position. Shoulder blades are tucked under, so just feel the shoulder blades fully connected to the mat beneath you. Lengthen the legs and reach the arms all the way up and over, coming into a nice full body stretch. Nice big breath in, take a yawn if that feels good. And exhale the arms down by your side. I'm going to draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little hug, a little massage from left to right. Just feeling a nice massage into the lower back. Nice big inhale on the exhale. Lift the head, neck and shoulders. Drawing the eyebrows towards the knees. Squeezing into a tight ball and slowly lowering down. Let's send the right leg long, draw the left knee into the chest, big breath in. And again, exhale, curling up into that tight ball, knee towards the nose, pointing, flexing through the right foot. And lower. And taking that the other side. Left leg goes long, right knee draws in nice and close. Big breath in. And exhale, lifting up. And then we're going to swap, so keep the head, neck and shoulders lifted, really draw the belly inward, so you're feeling a lift through the pelvic floor, breathing in, exhale, swap. You can keep the legs floating, or you can draw them down to the mat. You choose. Keep the gaze towards the knees, and just taking this cycle motion, just until you can start to feel those lower abdominals kicking in. Couple more each side. Breathing out on the hardest part of the posture. Lower the head, neck and shoulders, knees drawing in. So hopefully that would just start to engage those abdominals, and you're starting to feel that you have got some abdominals working there. And then this time we're going to send the legs out long. So you can keep them to the mat, or you can hover them. Ideally hover them. The lower they are, the more intense, the higher, a little bit easier it is on the abdominals. So arms are going to reach up in line with your legs, big breath in, reaching up. And just take your arms to the left. So we're going to get into the obliques here. And we're going to pulse forward. So right arm coming towards the left knee. So we're going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Starting to feel those abdominals working. And again, legs go long. Arms are in line with the legs, and take the arms to the right. And again, we're going to pulse for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release. I don't know about you, but I can feel my abdominals are there. Draw the knees into the chest, give yourself a little rock and roll. And then we're going to bring the hands underneath the thighs, and we're going to take 3 rolls through the spine to massage the back before we come up to the seat. So just draw the chin into the chest so you can create that lovely curved spine, massaging as you go. And when you've got enough momentum, coming all the way up to your seat. Lovely. So we're coming up to our seat and straight onto all fours. Shoulders are above the wrists, hips above the knees. We're just going to take a few rounds of cat-cow. So really push yourself out of the mat here. So don't dump the weight down. Feel that sense of lifting. Lift through the pelvic floor. Engage the lower abdominals. Crown of the head reaches forward. And then relax the belly, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale. Drawing the belly in towards the body, rounding through the shoulder blades. Just keep repeating a few rounds of your cat-cow. One more time. And back to center. We're going to take the right leg long, and we're going to just lift it to hip height. So just take a little rotation. So turn the toes down to the floor. So you don't need to lift any higher than the hip. Push firmly through the right hand, lift your left arm up into that lovely long length. So think about length here. Think about drawing the fingers forward, pushing the heel back, gazing down. And then on the exhale, we're going to bend the knee. We're going to draw the knee into the chest, elbow into the chest, rounding through the upper back like our cat stretch, and send it long. 3 times. Exhale, draw it in, lift the heel. Send it long, and 1 more time. Sending it long, releasing it down. If you need to take a moment, sit back onto the heels, and we're just going to take a little bit of movement through the wrists. Again, just taking that one way and then the other. And then let's release back down. We'll take that the other side, so left leg goes long. Nice big breath in, push up and out of your mat, lift to hip height. Rotate those toes down so the hip doesn't lift, the leg doesn't lift any higher than the hip. Right leg draws out. Think about length here. Nice big breath in, exhale, curling everything in, drawing that heel up. Send it long. And again, drawing that heel in, drawing the knee and the elbow in. And 1 more. And back to all fours. Knees together, resting down in child's pose. Give those wrists a little rest, reaching through the fingertips. Reaching the crown of the head forward, relaxing the forehead down. Take a couple of breaths here, breathing into the belly, breathing out. When you're ready, we're going to come up to all fours, tuck the toes under, coming into our first downward facing dog. Pedaling through the feet. Think about length through the spine. Think about drawing the chest backwards, belly towards the thighs. And lifting through one heel, releasing down through the other. Fingers are nice and wide. Your gaze is through your knees. And then when you're ready, lift the gaze, look at the space between your thumbs and just take a little walk to the top of your mat. Finding that halfway lift, hands to the shins, weight into the toes or the balls of the feet. And then releasing down into your forward fold. Arms go wide, pushing all the way up to standing. Big breath in at the top. Exhale the hands to the heart. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward, nice soft knees. Hands to the shins, straight spine, straight back, weight into the balls of the feet. Releasing down, hands to the mat, step your right leg back, step your left leg back. Dropping the knees and lower down. Hands underneath the shoulders, pushing firmly through the toenails. We're going to inhale, we're going to lift the head, lift the chest, hover the hands. Exhale, release. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Push firmly into the knees, into the hands. Sit back to child's pose for one breath. Inhale. And on the exhale, we lift the hips into downward facing dog. And again, you can choose to pedal through the feet or keep the legs nice and static, drawing the heels down. But think about it being a back stretch as opposed to a leg stretch. When you're ready, lifting the gaze, looking at the space between your thumbs, stepping or walking to the top of your mat, halfway lift and forward fold. Push firmly through the feet, arms go wide, all the way up to standing. Big breath in at the top. Exhale, the hands to the heart. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Halfway lift, nice straight spine. Stepping or jumping back to plank. Drop the knees and lower to the mat. Sliding the hands back this time, getting them pretty much as close as you can underneath the elbows. When you're ready, you're going to push into the hands and lift into a cobra. Option to push again through the hands and lift into upward facing dog. Hovering everything off the mat, gazing up if your neck is happy. Nice big breath in. On the exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. And again, take 5 breaths here. Two more breaths. Lovely. Look at the space between your thumbs, stepping or walking to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, nice straight spine. Exhale, folding forward. Pushing through the feet, reaching up through the arms, coming up to standing. Hands all the way back to the heart center. Good job, everyone. Let's go all the way back to downward dog. So inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Halfway lift, nice straight spine. Stepping back to downward facing dog. So downward facing dog, we're going to ripple forward into plank. So take soft knees and think about cat stretch through your upper back. So really rounding through the spine as your body weight comes forward. Bend the knees, send your hips back and up. So think about this lovely movement through the spine, like some kind of like that circular movement. Back and up. So just taking a couple more from downward dog to plank. And back to downward facing dog. Walking the feet together, raise your right leg to the sky. Bend the knee. We're going to draw the right knee to the left elbow as you push forward to plank. Keep drawing that heel nice and high. Send it back to three-legged dog. And again, we're going to send that knee to the outside of the right elbow. So a little bit of an opening through the hip here. Send it back. This time we're going to draw the knee into the chest as you push forward to plank. Keep lifting up through the hands, drawing the heel towards the bum, and kick that leg to the top of your mat. Finding your low lunge. When you're ready, I want you to squeeze your glutes together, squeeze the thighs to the midline of the body, and come and rise all the way up into your high lunge, arm swoop forward and up. Take a breath in, exhale. Maybe drop the hips a little lower, pushing through the back heel. Front knee over the ankle. Nice big breath in here, exhale, the hands releasing down. And from here, we're going to take the left hand under the left shoulder, the right arm to the sky, take a twist. Exhale, hands are going to release down inside the foot. You're going to walk that foot open a little bit more and drop the hips a little lower. Maybe just rolling over onto the little toe of this right leg as you come into your lizard lunge. Keep pushing firmly through the hands. Option to come down to the forearms. Just taking a moment here, strong through the back leg. Option to drop the back knee as well. Pushing through the arms. And we're going to take the right arm to the sky, and then we're going to thread the needle, the right arm underneath the left armpit, getting that elbow, that forearm as low as you can. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, drop that back knee if you need to. Hand comes back, right leg steps back to plank. Drop the knees, lower to the mat. Inhale, cobra, or pushing to upward dog, you choose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking 5 breaths here. Again, keeping those feet moving or keeping them static, fingers are nice and wide. Breathing in, breathing out. Use this as your resting pose. And slowly walk the feet together, send your left leg high. We're going to take that left knee to the right elbow, pushing through the spine, catch, stretch, send it back. Left knee to the outside of the right elbow, little hip opener, finding strength in your plank, send it back. Left knee to the chest, and when you get there, lift a little higher out of your hands and kick that left leg forward. Finding your lunge. Everything's pointing forward. When you're ready, squeeze the glutes, come and rise nice and high into high lunge. Take a moment, take a breath. Breathing in, breathing out, you're doing a grand job. When you're ready, we're going to release the hands down. Right hand under the right shoulder, left arm to the sky. And again, this back knee can drop at any time. Bring it back, hands inside the foot, walk this foot a little wider and rolling that hip open. Coming into your lizard lunge, send this back foot back a little more. Option to come to the forearms. Make sure that weight is nice and even in those forearms. Take a moment here, drop that back knee if you need to, that's okay. Pushing those hands back up. As we take that thread the needle variation, left arm lifts high. Exhale, thread the needle. Think about that forearm coming down. Inhale, up. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, up. Exhale. Coming all the way back, left leg comes back to meet the right, finding your plank pose. You can lower from high plank to low plank or drop the knees, you choose. Inhale, find your cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. And then when you're ready, we're going to just drop the knees and sit back into child's pose. Just coming to the forearms if you prefer, or reaching the arms out, relaxing the elbows. And just taking a little bit of weight back out of the wrists, maybe give them a few little circles. And just noticing the breath. Breathing in deeply, breathing out completely. And when you're ready, we're going to push back to all fours, tuck the toes under, find your downward facing dog and step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, nice straight spine and forward fold. Pushing strongly through the feet, arms reaching nice and high, big breath at the top and exhale the hands to the heart. Lovely, well done everyone. Just take a moment here in mountain pose. And we're going to come into our tree pose. So we're going to go tree pose into warrior 3. So we're going to start with finding your tree. So finding a leg that feels stable and keeping your gaze focused on something in front of you that doesn't move, about the horizon line. And then bring your hands to the heart. You can keep the toe connected, heel above the ankle. You can bring your foot to the calf, or you can bring your foot to the inner thigh. Finding that balance and just repeating the mantra, I am stable, I am strong. I'm just going to turn to the side. I am stable, I am strong. Draw the belly in and up. Feel your trunk, your core strong. Feel that supporting and holding you. We're going to draw that knee into the chest. And then we're going to send that right leg, or whatever leg you're using, back as the upper body lowers. Keep pointing those toes down towards the floor, and don't open up the hip, coming into your variation of warrior three. When you're ready, draw that knee back into the chest and release it down. I've got a bit of a wobble going on there. Let's take that the other side. So finding your tree pose on the other side. And this time maybe you'd like to open your arms, so open your branches. So finding your tree pose, keeping it the same so your hips stay quite level and stable. And just take a moment in tree pose here. Stable and strong is your mantra. When you're ready, draw the knee into the chest and send that leg back as your upper body lowers down. Finding that variation of warrior three, or going all the way into that T shape. Keep those toes pointing down. Good job with control. Draw that knee back into the chest. Hands to the heart. And release. Well done, good job. Let's just shake through the feet. And then we're going to get back to plank. So inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Halfway lift, nice straight spine. Stepping or jumping back to plank pose. We're going to come here to side plank. So we're going to take the left hand slightly center and just rotate onto those feet, into those scissor feet. Reach your right arm to the sky. Take my hair out the way. And if you wish here, you can push strongly through the hand and lift your legs to stack. And just taking a couple of breaths, finding that sense of balance, drawing the navel in, holding for a couple of more breaths. And release back down to plank. We'll take that the other side. Right hand comes a little bit more central and rotate to the other side. Side plank. Push firmly up and out of your supporting hand. Left arm reaches high. Option to stack the feet. Push, push, push those hips up a little higher. Hold for a couple more breaths. And releasing down. And then when you're ready, dropping the knees, lowering to the mat. And just taking a couple of breaths in Makarasana, placing one hand on top of the other, forehead to the top of your hands. And just wiggle through the front of the hips. I'm going to slide those hands back behind us, palms facing up. And when we breathe in, we're going to push firmly through the toenails. Lift the head, lift the chest, and reach those palms back. And then option to lift the legs too into your locust pose. Really pushing through the pubic bone, reaching the arms back, drawing the chest forward. And lower. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Bring the hands under the shoulders, pushing into the knees, and just taking a moment in child's pose. Slowly drawing the hands back towards the knees and bringing yourself to your bottom. Well done. So we're coming to our bottom, we're coming into our boat pose. So walking the feet in, drawing the knees up, and just placing your hands underneath the shins and just take a lean back. So almost feel like if you were to let go of your arms, you'd roll back. So really leaning back, spine is nice and tall, neck is nice and long, chin is parallel to the floor. And if you feel you can just reach your arms forward. And then maybe you can lift the legs too. Keep drawing the thighs in closer to the spine. Keep sucking the belly in to get more into the abdominals. Just going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the fingertips down and just touch the mat with your toes. Don't change your spine in any way. And then we're going to just toe tap. So we're going to lift and lengthen, lift and lengthen. Keep that spine nice and tall. Keep drawing the chest forward and just coming into those little toe taps, drawing the abdominals in. You got this. You can release your hands as well if you wish, but don't round through the spine. Use your core to do the work. Lovely. And coming into boat pose again. Take a nice big breath in and exhale, low boat. So my legs are lifted, my head and chest are lifted. Big breath in and exhale. Back up. Lower down. And up. One more time, lowering down and up. And drop your feet and give yourself a little hug. Relaxing your eyebrows to your knees, coming into a variation of child's pose. Taking a few breaths here. Perhaps even wrap your hands under your thighs. That's quite a nice variation too, grabbing hold of the elbows. And when you're ready, just rolling down onto the mat. And we're going to come into our dead bug pose. So just give yourself a little hug, a little massage, just to find a little bit of comfort into that lower back if you've been using your lower back. And then we're going to send the legs to the sky and the arms to the sky. But don't have your shoulders lifted. Really drop those shoulder blades down. You can choose to have your legs straight, or you can do it with your knees bent. This is your choice. But as one leg lowers, the other arm reaches behind, so it's opposite. So left leg lowers, right arm reaches back. The left arm stays to the sky, the right leg stays to the sky. Come back. The other side. This more messes with your head than anything. So just keep going. Using your core to lift and lower those legs. Just taking a few more. Good job. Maybe getting a little bit quicker. Don't drop that leg all the way to the floor. One more each side. And coming back, draw the knees to the chest, relax. Oh, good job, well done. Just taking the big toes to touch, grabbing hold of your knees and just sending them into opposite directions. And the other way. Lovely, just releasing the hands to the mat. Keep the knees drawn into the chest as close as you can. Find some space between your legs and your arms and drop your knees to the right. Keep those shoulders grounded. If you can, gaze to the left if that feels good. And back to centre. And then let's just take that the other side. So keep drawing those knees in nice and close so they're higher than your hips. And back to centre. Dropping the legs down and finding your Shavasana. So legs long or knees bent, you choose. Palms facing up, shoulder blades tucked under, chin drawn in, neck nice and long. And just tapping into the rise and fall of your belly, allowing the breath to come in slowly and deeply. Knowing all the doing is done, just relax. Closing down the eyes, releasing any tension through the face. relaxing the jaw, relaxing the spine all the way down to the back of the legs. Just relax. Just relax. You can stay here as long as you like. I'm going to get up to end the video, or you can get up and join me. Thank you so much. I hope you felt a little bit of fire within your belly there. Certainly is an energizing practice. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you've enjoyed this video, and namaste.